As an eye doctor who specializes in dry eye and has a specific interest in eye safe beauty and literally created a YouTube channel to try to help patients with dry eye and to help you find eye safe beauty, the topic we're going to talk about today is very confusing and very difficult to get right. So we're going to talk a little bit about organic beauty and kind of what that means, because the problem is organic beauty can have a different meaning depending on who you ask, whether it's a consumer, a brand, a retailer, and it seems like everybody has their own set of criteria when shopping for beauty products. So I wish there was an easy definition, and I wish honestly that there was more regulation and that our beauty industry made it easier to tell what's actually in our cosmetics and skincare, but it seems like it's the Wild West and there's no rules. So ultimately, today's video is all about organic skincare. We're going to talk a little bit about what that means to different people, and I'll also try to give you some guidelines to look at when you're looking for makeup for yourself so that you can make better decisions and try your best to choose things that are safe for your eyes. Welcome back to Eye School with me, Dr. D, where I teach you about products and treatments related to dry eye syndrome and eye beauty so you can have healthy, beautiful, comfortable eyes. And if you haven't yet, give a little tap on that subscribe button to stay up to date with all the latest eye tips and tricks I have for you. So there's a great deal of ambiguity that surrounds clean beauty products, and that leaves a lot of questions unanswered. What does it mean to have organic beauty? How do you go about switching to it? Do you need to switch to it? How do you know if your beauty products are clean? Well, the clean beauty market is rapidly growing and evolving every year, and it's really just a convoluted place. What does organic beauty really mean? What does clean beauty really mean? We may never actually have a universal definition here. So in terms of organic beauty, the phrase organic beauty is unregulated. So there's not a universally accepted definition, and brands and retailers may have constructed their very own standards in attempt to define organic beauty for their brand. But that leaves consumers in the dark because loose criteria allows for unsafe ingredients to pass as organic, and it leaves room for manufacturers to call things natural in an attempt to push organic because it's a buzzword when it's not really organic. I would define organic beauty or clean beauty as having ingredients that are scientifically proven to be safe for human use. If it's been proven to harm human health, then we're not going to consider any product containing it to be organic or clean. But even that's difficult, right? Because even naturally occurring chemicals can be harmful, applied the wrong way, in the wrong concentration. A product is really only as good as its worst ingredient, but its worst ingredient is only bad if it's applied in a way that's harmful. So do the terms organic beauty, non-toxic beauty, and clean beauty have the same meaning? Well, clean beauty and non-toxic beauty are very similar. However, the term non-toxic can be misleading. At the right levels, even water can be toxic to human health. Non-toxic refers to products formulated without toxic ingredients, but this is subjective. Clean is a more forgiving term that accounts for the fact that everyone responds differently to ingredients and the level with which they're present in cosmetics or their concentration. For example, there's harsh ingredients that can cause irritation, hormonal imbalances, or allergic reactions in some people. And for others, those same ingredients are tolerable. Organic beauty is exactly what it sounds like or is supposed to be. Cosmetics made with organically grown ingredients. But organic doesn't mean safe either. An organic beauty product can still contain unsafe ingredients. So why would you consider a beauty product organic? The first place you check to determine if a product is organic is the ingredients list, and this can be intimidating since product labels and long ingredient names can be confusing. I did make a video about the top toxic ingredients in makeup today. We'll link it up here, and some tips to help you start flipping those labels over, which is my biggest recommendation from this video. But it's impossible to memorize thousands of ingredient names and their degrees of toxicity. There are clean beauty resources to make this easier on consumers. You know, there's a lot said about the Environmental Working Group. That's not a perfect system. There's many estheticians and dermatologists, even here on YouTube, that say, you know, you really don't want to go by that. It's not a perfect guide. I know there's a good face app, a good face index, but all of these things, you really can't trust any of these resources implicitly that I have found, but they can be a useful place to start. And then we can make our own informed choices about what we're putting on our faces. And we also can get a sense of what ingredients we might be particularly sensitive to. Technically, for a beauty product to be considered organic, it must be made with at least 95% synthetic-free ingredients. So the use of the word organic is highly regulated by the FDA under that FDA Cosmetic Act and Fair Packaging and Labeling Act. USDA certified organic beauty products have to be certified by an accredited agent, meaning any product with that certification is made from ingredients that were produced, handled, and packaged to the proper standard. While organic is the word that carries the most meaning, that's only when it comes with an official certification. So if it's just slapped on a label, that doesn't really mean anything. Why is true organic beauty better? Well, there's some benefits that you could see. So non-organic skincare products could contain harmful ingredients. There can be many ingredients you don't even recognize. They might be synthetic and your skin may react to them. There's sodium lauryl, mineral oils, lauryl sulfate, and toxins. We also know that mineral oil, petroleum, parabens, and there's other chemicals that can actually cause skin irritation, hormone imbalance, organ toxicity, even cancer. But again, it just totally depends where they're applied and how they're applied and with what frequency and what we're talking about. So it's incredibly hard to make this video because there's so many nuances. However, if you compare a non-organic skincare product to an organic, you'll probably recognize most, if not all, of the items on an organic product because usually they're derived from plants and other naturally occurring ingredients. Most of the time as well, they're grown without the use of pesticides, herbicides, synthetic fertilizers, GMOs, and other additives or chemicals. And with that, you can be sure your skin and body absorb only real natural ingredients that aren't likely to be as harmful. Organic products are also more commonly non-allergenic. Without harsh chemicals, they're less likely to cause an allergic reaction, inflammation, or irritation. If you do have an allergic reaction with the use of organic products, it's usually due to a natural ingredient because, hey, we can be allergic to those like peanuts and strawberries, and that would be a little easier to identify. There's also something to be said for organic skincare products working better. So plants grown organically contain high levels of vital antioxidant vitamins than maybe non-organic plants that have been zapped with different chemicals. Because they don't have herbicides and pesticides, their organic ingredients are also free from that contamination, which means the same for your skin and body. And up to 95% of an organic skincare product's contents are active ingredients, because in synthetic skincare, active ingredients can sometimes only be 5 to 10% of their content. In theory, going organic is better for your skin because you don't have those synthetic ingredients, you don't have chemicals that potentially could cause a toxic reaction, and so with prolonged use, potentially organic can be better. Now, my real life advice is that this is so darn hard to really understand. It's so hard to figure out. But do your best to flip over labels. If there's anything I can tell you, flip over labels and ask questions and go to the brand pages of beauty products you're supporting. I can tell you that when I decided to bring a skincare line into my optometry practice, I brought in a brand called Illumier MD. Illumier has a really great page about their clean beauty and what it means to them and what they're actively doing, what products or toxins or chemicals they're actively working to remove from their products. They also have complete ingredient lists on their website. So I think looking for a brand like that you really can have some level of trust in, that they're very transparent about their approach to clean beauty, is incredibly important, because when you use organic or you really take the time to find as clean of a beauty brand as you can, it does help preserve the environment as well. So I love the idea of organic skincare, supporting the organic farmer, supporting local farmers, things like that. I actually grew up on a farm. You guys may not know that, but it's true. In a perfect world, organic and clean beauty would be the standard. There'd be no need to clarify and wade through this absolute mountain of distraction and trash and crazy chemical names. It would just be assumed. But unfortunately, especially here in the US, that's not the reality. There's thousands of cosmetic ingredients that are known toxins and are perfectly legal to put in formulations here. And even if you find a quote-unquote toxic ingredient, phenoxyethanol being one of those that's often villainized, it also matters the concentration and your particular sensitivity level. We know that eye makeup can actually lead to dry eye, skincare can lead to dry eye, and the surface of our eyes is covered by a nourishing layer of tears composed of mucus, oil, and water. We need regular production of tears, turnover of the tear film that helps your eyes feel comfortable and makes you see very clearly. And when you wear eye makeup like powders, glitters, loose particles, these can cause the tear film to break down and evaporate too quickly, leaving your eyes feeling dry and irritated. Eye makeup can exacerbate symptoms if you already have dry eye syndrome, or it can even trigger dry eye syndrome in people who don't already have it. And that's why it's so important to flip labels and really look at things that are going in and around your eyes, looking for as clean and organic and non-toxic as possible. Even though I feel like I'm not giving you the best advice here, it's so difficult to find any cosmetic or skincare that is absolutely perfect. We hope to have more information on eye-safe cosmetics and skincare with the new Tear Film and Ocular Surface Society Cosmetic Investigative Committee. I mean, they're going to be coming out with more for us in the future. But in the meantime, always make sure to flip labels, read products, leave questions down below for me. I'm always game to look into skincare ingredients for you and look at what research, if any, is out there regarding around the eye use. Make sure to never share your eye makeup with anyone, because you share your critters and bugs, not just your makeup. And be very diligent about thoroughly removing your makeup at the end of every day. I hope that this video has helped you in some small way understand like organic versus clean, and ultimately how it all means nothing. In theory, going organic would be the most sustainable, the best for the environment, and the best for you. So if you can find a really great brand that hits all those marks, please share it down below for myself and everybody else on this channel. And if you haven't already subscribed, we'd love to see you here every week on Wednesdays. So hit that bell, subscribe. That's it for today's lesson. I'll see you next time.